Durst the worst?
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Oh, Durst the worst.
Durst is the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst. Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Now they're on to blaming Popeyes and fast food fried chicken for their violent ways. So some blame Popeyes, others blame city schools after 5 students shot Wednesday. So there's like a mass shooting in this Baltimore shopping center where there's a Popeyes, probably a check cashing place, and probably a cell phone store, you know, and then another jewelry store, then another pawn shop, then another cell phone store, then another Popeyes, or churches probably, right? And then another corner store that sells like purple drink and just not much else. But yeah, they're blaming Popeyes themselves. Let's get into this video. The video pretty much summarizes it, but here we go.
Thank you. In the wake of yesterday's mass shooting, some were quick to point the finger at the businesses at the top of Edmondson Village Shopping Center for selling to students and minors during the school day.
Oh, that's what it
Some
is.
are questioning how the students were able to leave school grounds in the middle of the day. Fox 45's Amy Simpson takes a closer look.
No students inside Edmondson Westside High School today, with classes canceled a day after yesterday's deadly mass shooting at the shopping center across the street. 5 students were shot. One of them, a 16-year-old, died from his injuries.
Oh my gosh.
Yesterday afternoon, both the police commissioner,
students at Edmondson Westside High School, which is right across the street, and were in this area on their lunch break.
and the
Is he wearing
neighborhood's city
makeup?
councilman
We're just coming up here on their lunch break. It's heartbreaking.
said the
They
high
rolled
schoolers
up.
were at the shopping center during lunch hour.
So yeah, what they're doing is they're taking this black mass shooting and they're blaming anybody but the Blakes involved in the shooting. And they're blaming Popeyes for being open and allegedly being willing to sell to them on their lunch period when the policy is that they're supposed to stay on grounds, obviously. But so at that point, you have the kids basically cutting class or cutting school because you're not supposed to be off grounds. So that's on them. But they're still, even after they commit a mass shooting, they're still going to blame the fucking institutions that may or may not have sold to them. So that's the question here, is whether or not Popeyes sold to the kids or like...
Today, Fox 45 News questioned Baltimore City Schools on the
Or the
policy
school,
for
yeah.
students leaving campus during the school
It's the
day
school's fault.
and whose responsibility it is to enforce those rules. In a lengthy statement this afternoon, the district said it's a system-wide requirement for
Systematic,
students to stay on campus
institutionalized.
a rule that schools proactively communicate to families and students. Most recently, a reminder going out to Edmondson High School in December. And
Baltimore
while
is such
city
a
schools said
joke.
It's the school administration's responsibility to enforce the rules. The district relies on the surrounding community for protection and support.
Wow, dude.
But as the investigation was just getting underway into who fired the guns outside of Popeyes and why, Mayor Brandon Scott pointed to the fast food restaurant for its role in the ordeal.
Look at
Popeyes
this.
has been cited before for selling to minors and students during the daytime.
The mayor's
They didn't do nothing. They just trying to get their fried chicken on. They gotta shoot a motherfucker over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. He just straight up blamed. He shifted the blame from the 16-year-olds who were shooting people in the fucking parking lot directly to them being open. How dare y'all be open? How did this low IQ... Dude, he looks like a lackey in some sort of, like, fighting, beat-em-up kind of, like, Final Fight game or some shit. He looks like he hawks stolen jewelry at pawn shops, dude. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of guy this looks like. He looks like... But he's the mayor. Straight up. What the fuck?
and why. Mayor Brandon Scott pointed to the fast food restaurant for its role in the ordeal.
This Popeyes has been cited before for selling to minors and students during the daytime.
The mayor's office did not answer questions today about that city ordinance or when.
Dude, I mean, so this Fox 45 News or whatever, they're lending credence to this notion that she just used the word, the restaurant chain's involvement, right? She said something to that effect. Like, Popeyes is involved in the shooting somehow, dude. How quickly, like, corporate media themselves will just shift the narrative to whatever, like, delusional Blake people want to shift it to. This is so insane. Point this out to anybody that claims there's a systematic bias. Like, dude, they will allow them to shift the blame from the shooters to the people that are basically like victims of the shit. They're like within fucking earshot of it. They could have been noodled by a bullet if they're in the shopping center, like working, you know, like a productive member of society. Look at how the more diverse an area gets, the more this sort of shit happens. The more they devalue meritocracy, the more they shift the blame to good people, like opening their business up. That's a good thing to do. What are you talking about? In a high-trust society, these kids could have off-campus lunch and go to Popeyes, you know? Like, but they can't do that because, well, you know, diverse shitty poisons everything. But finish this bullshit.
But Fox 45 News found this Baltimore police ordinance, which dictates a daytime curfew for minors, saying no minor under the age of 16 may remain in or about any public establishment between 7:30 and 3 on any day which the minor is required to be in school.
Okay, well, that's the kid's
This is something
fault.
that shouldn't happen because those young people wouldn't be here if they knew they couldn't buy something from this place.
On the front
Get
door
fucked.
of the Edmondson Village Popeyes today.
Dude, don't you just
reads
hate
a
these
sign.
people?
No students will be allowed to purchase nor consume between the hours of 8 and 3. And in a statement today,
Has nothing to
Popeye
do-
said,
dude.
We closely work with local officials and respect their wishes to not serve students during the school day. The fast food chain went on to say no one from Popeyes was involved in the shooting, but they closed for the day Wednesday, allowing staff to go home after the tragic events.
Right,
in the
exactly.
parking lot outside.
They were more
While some
victims.
blame Popeyes, others in the community
What?
disagree.
Those children come from the shopping center, from the school, over to the shopping center. They're not even inside of Popeyes. They sitting on the wall of Popeyes.
They're loitering, exactly.
Popeyes can't control that.
This woman pointing
There
to
you go.
Baltimore City schools for those students leaving campus.
It should be somebody in the shopping center, and it should be somebody on the corner that's controlling what's going on. They can do better and they could do more. So don't blame the shopping center.
Amy Simpson, Fox 45 News.
Not a single person blamed the kids during that entire 3-minute segment. Unfucking believable, dude. You want to talk fucking post-truth era. And well, this actually came out a few weeks ago. I had no idea this actually fucking happened, dude. Nobody told me about this fucking incident, dude. This is some Colin Flaherty-esque shit. Rest in peace, Colin Flaherty. Check out the books White Girl Bleed a Lot and Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. This is some phenomenal fucking weird shit, man. Not like phenomenal as in good, but phenomenal as in it's a phenomenon that the corporate media in Baltimore and the mayor and the school system are shifting blame around to anybody but these kids that actually shot up some people. Like at 16 years old, you don't know any better, really, to not shoot people. That's bullshit. Well, I mean, unless you're a certain demographic. But yeah, that's enough yammering. Subscribe.
When there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're gay. When there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. 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 You're really fucking gay. And there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're gay. Then there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. 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 You're really fucking gay. And there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're really fucking gay. And there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're really fucking gay. If you're listening to fire, let me go for cross the field, really feel you're really fucking gay. If you're listening